This is lab number 9 for Mechatronics, reading a photocell using the analog input. As you can see, we have our photocell here. It's being powered by the 5-volt output from the Arduino board, and then it's running through another 10k ohm resistor back to ground, and then we have it connected to the A0 analog input pin. Over here is the code that we'll be using to run it, and we already have it plugged in. So we're going to go over here and open up the serial monitor, and as you can see here, it starts reading the ambient room temperature photocell value. If we take this flashlight here and turn it on to a very high intensity, you can see that the photocell value increases dramatically. To turning off the flashlight, you can see it returns back to the ambient room temperature. You can try to zoom out and show both of those going at the same time. And then we will grab a piece of paper. In this case, we've got the Arduino box, and we'll use that to cover the photocell. And as you can see, the value dips down now. And then as we take the box off, the value goes back up. All right, in this part, we will be reading the signal from the photocell and splitting it into 5 different levels. And then we will be displaying those levels via a bar on this LCD display. Over here is the code that we are going to be using to run this. And if we just plug this in here, it'll start up, and you can see that we already have one bar section. The bars are split up into 5 sets of these pixels along the board here. This is just from the ambient room light, so if we bring a flashlight over in here, and I slowly bring it in, you see the bars jump up all the way to full, and then as I bring it away, it goes back to the ambient room light. All right, now that we have turned the lights off, you can see that the photosensor is reading very little light, so there are 0 bars present. Once again, we'll bring the flashlight in. As we bring it closer, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 being no bars present on the screen. In this part, we'll be representing the level of the photocell based on the LEDs, with all LEDs on being the darkest and all LEDs off being the brightest. This is the code that we are going to be using to run this. So we'll plug this in. We'll turn on it, and as you can see, 2 of the LEDs are fully illuminated, and 1 LED seems to kind of be jumping back and forth, indicating that the ambient light of my room seems to be just in between 2 of the levels. If we take our flashlight here and turn it on, you can see that the red LED stops as more light is added. And if we get closer, the blue LED turns off, and eventually the green LED turns off, indicating that we are at the brightest light level. Bring that away, the LEDs will turn back on, and the red will start flashing again. We can also bring in this box to sort of cover up the sensor, and you'll see the red will turn on to more solid color now that it is more shaded. If we turn the lights off here, you can see that all 4 LEDs are illuminated, indicating that it is the darkest level. We can once again bring our flashlight in, and as we bring the light closer, the LEDs will turn off one by one, and then turn back on again.